Good Erev Shabbos, Parshas Breishit, beginning of a new cycle, beginning of the year. So many amazing messages to derive from this week's Sedra. I would like to focus on perhaps an often overlooked pasuk in the Parsha. And that is when Adam Harishon is called upon to name all the beasts, all the animals of the land. Says the pasuk, Vayikra ha'adam shemos l'chol ha'behema ula'of ha'shamayim. Adam names all of the animals, all of the fowl, ula'chol chayas hasadeh, all of the wild animals, all of the living beings. Ula Adam lo matza ezer kenegdo. However, in this search for Adam to find some type of companionship, it was not found for him in any of the living beings, in any of the living organisms. He named each one. He understood the essence of each, and in none of these was there companionship appropriate for Adam. And then the Torah tells us something fascinating. HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates Chava. Now, what would you expect is the next thing that would happen after God creates Chava? Well, Adam named all of the animals. Adam named all of the creatures. Now a new creature, a new being, a human being has been brought forth into the world. You would expect that Adam would name her as well. And by the way, when was Adam himself named? It's not clear. But if you look carefully at the psukim, Adam is referred to by the narrator of the text, as well as in the dialogue of the text, as Ha-Adam. Vayikra Ha-Adam, the man called named the creatures. Hashem spoke to Ha-Adam, the man. Ha-Adam, Ha-Adam, Ha-Adam means the man, the person. It's not a name. But in this pasuk, where Adam names all the creatures of the world, Vayikra Ha-Adam, the man names the creatures, and the pasuk concludes, Ula Adam lo matza ezer kenegdo. Not Ha-Adam. Adam did not find a helpmate. He did not find a companion in any of these beings. But here he's not referred to as Ha-Adam, the man, but rather as Adam. And here Adam sounds like a name. So it appears, therefore, I would suggest, that Adam named himself. Up until this point, he's just Ha-Adam, the man. Vayikra Ha-Adam shemos, and Adam and the man he named all the creatures. Ula Adam lo matza ezer kenegdo, and Adam didn't find a companion. So apparently, not only did he name all the creatures, but he named himself as well. Now, Chava is born, or Chava is brought into the world, and now one would expect that Adam would name Chava. But that is not what happens. Rather, the Torah tells us about the story of the Nachash, the serpent, and the Eitz Hadas, and the sin of eating from the Eitz Hadas, and that Chava took it and she gave to Adam, and it was brought ruin upon humanity and ruin upon the world as it was known. In fact, the Torah tells us that the serpent is cursed, and Chava is cursed, and Adam himself is cursed. And now, after this terrible story about the fall of humanity, about the ruin of all of society as it was thus structured at the time, only now do we find that Adam names his wife, Chava. Vayikra ha'adam shem ishto Chava. And the man, Adam, names his wife Chava, ki hi haisa em kol chai, because she was the mother of all living things. What is the message here? What is the point of the fact that Adam does not name her immediately? Or if he does name her immediately, we only find out about it after the terrible sin. Rabbi Zalman Sorotskin, in his Azanayim LaTorah, suggests, and others as well, that in this naming of Adam to Chava, we find something, a very powerful lesson. Adam he names Chava only after the terrible sin, which she is the primary culprit. Now, we're not going to talk about the role of the Nachash, but Adam's own responsibility. But from his perspective, Adam could certainly have said to himself, what a terrible companion this is. Look what she did to me. But what we find is after the terrible sin, after the moment in which Chava gives Adam to eat, after the moment where HaKadosh Baruch Hu curses Adam, B'zeyas apecha tochal lechem, by the sweat of your brow you shall eat breath, until you return to the ground. For from where you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you shall return. Ki mimena lukachta ki afar ata v'al afar ata tashuv. This is a terrible curse to Adam. And what does Adam do immediately following this terrible, ruinous moment? He sees the best in Chava. Vayikra ha'adam shem ishto Chava. He calls her Chava. Why? Because she is the mother of all living beings. Now, one could forgive Adam for maybe having a few other names in his book for Chava. But Adam rises to the moment. And he rises to the best version of who he is. And instead of calling her all types of epithets, he names her the beautiful name Chava, reflecting the extraordinary capacity within her. That's Adam. Adam names himself Adam. It's about a statement of humility. I come from Adama. I come from the earth. I am a nothing, if you will. When it comes to himself, Adam names himself from a position of humility. But when it comes to Chava, and after and especially after the terrible ruinous actions that she took with the Eitz Hadas and the Nachash, he calls her by an extraordinary name. With her, he is gracious. With her, he is magnanimous. With Chava, he is generous. And perhaps this is a good message for us as we begin the new cycle, as we begin a year. Every year starts and every year ends with great hopes and great aspirations. And as is human nature, we don't always live up to those hopes and aspirations. But perhaps this year, we can make an effort to follow the model of Adam Harishon. And even when we feel we might have every reason to feel ill towards another, that every reason to call another by an epithet rather than by a glorious name, to rise to the level of Adam Harishon and be magnanimous and generous with one another, even and especially when we feel that they don't deserve it. That's the godless of Adam. That is the greatness of the man. That is the greatness of humanity. It's the greatness of Adam Harishon. It's the greatness of us all. Good Shabbos.